Hello and welcome to a little bit of Raider Radio. All of your favorites here. I'm Dab and I'm here with my main man, Ro. Say hi, Ro.
Hello, good afternoon, and good evening. We have a special show for you guys.
We do. We have a lot of awesome stuff here. First, we're going to be telling you about some BFA news. It's going to be awesome. Everything from new possible allied races to starting scenarios so we know how we get up in there, to new mythic dungeon affixes, to new possible mythic dungeons. Am I
New,
right? Isn't
I'm
that
most
awesome?
excited about the new Mythic Pluses,
Yeah,
affixes.
I always get excited about new dungeons because I'm always a little bit of a dungeon guy. You know me. I have a dungeon in my basement. I'm a big dungeon guy.
I don't know,
And of
man.
course,
Your Mythic Plus score doesn't show that you're that
that you
big.
know what? That hits me really hard.
I
It
mean,
hits
it's
me
the
really.
truth.
Anyway, we're gonna hit you. Let's start it off easy with some breaking news from Wowhead. We're gonna have a new transmog option. We're gonna have the ability to hide gloves. It will seem like. And do you know what that means for transmog? That means your
That's like
transmog
a game
dreams.
changer, right?
That's a game changer right there because now you can look like you're wearing nothing more often. Like what do we lost belts this expansion, right? And we
Yeah.
already had hide helm and gloves, hide helm and cloak forever. It's interesting because it used to be that they would hide things because they didn't look that good on a lot of characters. Like it used to be, you could hide cloak because cloaks were broken, or you could hide
Yeah.
helm because helms were broken on some characters, and
It's,
some people want to see their
you
face. But now
mean
they're just removing clothing items.
they
Do you ever
look
think
like
we're gonna get
crap
to?
on Taurens and Trolls,
Yeah,
if
right.
we're being
Do you ever think we're
honest.
gonna get to the point where we're never gonna wear anything?
We're almost already there, with some slut mogs.
Do you think we're gonna get the hide chest?
Hide a chest?
Hide the chest piece? A little bit too
I don't
far?
know. I think that's a little too far.
Okay, a little bit of a. It was just a prediction on my end. So let's get into our, I guess you could say, our first real story because that was just some breaking news. It literally came out about 20 or so minutes ago on Wowhead. Let's get into some Draenor Orcs here. So, do you know about the Draenor Orcs, right? Like and all that.
Yeah, yeah, like the
Now,
wad
here's the
orcs.
interesting thing, and here's something I have currently been hearing a lot of people theorizing about. People are saying that the Draenor Orcs that we're gonna get are gonna be the ones from Outland and not the ones from Wad. And see, the reason for that is if you scroll down to the mounts that they're going to be giving us with them, the Magar wolves,
Yeah,
the Magar are Outland, and they look like the wolves from
but
Outland.
all that Outland is a outdated model of Draenor, is it not? Right? Because
There's so many things you're
that's
missing in that.
I don't know. That's like where because we went to Outland.
Yeah, but Draenor was past Outland. I mean, yeah,
Yeah, but Draenor was the original Outland. That's where the Draenei came from, right?
yeah, but I don't know. From but like look at those. Those look like nothing you'd find in Draenor. Look at the wolves. Those look like what you'd find in Outland. Maybe now see the only thing that's really countering this point is that we also have data mined sort of we have a data mine map of I don't know if it's on the stock. We have a data mine map of shoot the zone in Wad with the Blackrock Foundry in it. You know the
Uh
one I'm
huh.
talking about,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So that could sort of, I guess, defeat the point that it's going to be Outland. But let's look at some of these icons. Tell me what do you think these icons mean?
These ones right here.
Yeah, I'm thinking the
Those look
first
like
one's gonna
racials to me.
they're gonna be racials, but so obviously the last one's the mount icon, right?
Yeah.
I think the second to last one's gonna be that these Draenor orcs are going to get like a defensive increase, like an increase to like stamina or something like that. So they're gonna be a good tanking class. That makes sense to me because it's a shield, right?
Or you think the orcs will be a good tank, but they already have the high mountain torns that have the damage
Yeah, but
reduction and stuff.
but they're fucking orcs, man. They can take a hit. I think they're gonna be built to take a hit,
I
right?
feel like orcs are mainly assault. Even in
Well,
game,
then
their
what's the
talents go
shield gonna be?
towards assault.
Then what's the shield gonna
I
be?
don't even think that's a shield. That's like a
What is it then?
I'm not even sure, like a club or something like that.
I don't know. Maybe. I think then obviously that's a flamethrower next to it.
Yeah. And then
So I don't know. Did you play during WoD?
played a little bit.
Well, during WoD there was a they had some kind of like world quests. They were called shit. I don't even remember. They were, but essentially, it's like you'd go to an area, you'd have a bar, you'd complete an event by like killing a bunch of stuff, right? And they'd award you Apexis crystals, which were pretty useless unless you were farming up gear. So it was kind of like world quests are now. In that, there was one of them where part of the thing what you would do was burn down trees with a flamethrower, and like it would cast a channel of fire in front of you. I'm thinking that icon is showing that we're gonna have a racial like that next expansion.
Like casting a flamethrower? I don't know. That
Yeah,
just doesn't make sense to me.
I mean, what do you mean it doesn't make sense to you? I'm just saying because I've
Like
seen.
if anybody was gonna get some sort of racial like that, it'd be like an engineering
Well,
kind of
goblins already
race,
have
right?
a racial like that, but I'm no, the only reason because during WoD there was something like that. And, well, what else would it be? Because it's a flamethrower. You know, no
I
ifs
don't
ands
know,
buts about it.
man.
It's a flame.
I don't. It just wouldn't make sense for an orc just to whip out a flamethrower in the middle of battle. You know, maybe it's like fire resistance or something like that.
I don't know. I don't know. And obviously, for me, I think the claw is going to be. You know how the hunters. It's basically going to be a charge. I think. Well, on a long cooldown, of course, but it's going to be like an additional like chain charge. Like you
It's
chain to them and get
like the
pulled.
survival hunter has right now.
Yeah, and obviously this again is pulling back to WoD because during WoD, I know they want us to forget WoD, but during WoD,
Yeah.
right, they do. But during WoD, there was a quest where you got a chain arm thing and you would chain to places and it'd pull you up. I don't think it's going to be like moved to location. I think it might be chained to another creature. What do you think?
Like you chain to like something together. Like is that what you're saying?
Well, during WoD, it was like you'd press a button, you'd get a little reticle, and you could press somewhere else, and then you would be able to chain to that location, and it would go a far distance. I think it's going to be just so like a charge sort of thing.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. So you would like chain to the ground. You pull over there.
Yeah, what do you think it's going to be though?
I would. I think it'd probably be like pulling yourself to something. I would guess.
Like an enemy or something like that?
Yeah. You know, like a reverse death grip.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah, like a charge, something like that. I guess
That's
that
what
makes sense.
I. Because I don't know. I mean, I guess it'd be pretty cool for like to put a chain on the ground and you go there, but I think that'd be pretty broken for like PvP and other
Well, I mean,
aspects.
I guess. I mean, obviously, any of these racials that are on use are going to be on a 30-minute cooldown. Not 30 minute, a 3-minute cooldown or a 2-minute cooldown. So the value that they have is greatly diminished by the fact that it's so rare that you're actually going to get to use them often.
Yeah, but still, if you do an arena and stuff, you know, one good
That's
time cooldown could be the difference, a game changer if you win or lose.
Yeah, but I mean, they already have movement-based racials. Like I'm a goblin and I have rocket jump, right?
Yep.
And then the void elves. Now the void elves have that little void orb, and that's pretty powerful. Except that it diminishes quickly.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that thing's a piece of shit. It's useless because you can run
Really?
just as fast as that thing.
But no. But the point is that like you run in like okay. So the point of it is like you set it quickly and then do it. Like it'd be a situation where you want to continue casting. You
Yeah,
play what?
I
You
play a
play a
Void Elf
warlock?
Warlock.
Yeah, so you don't want to be running at all.
Yeah, but I
You
also
want to be
have
turret
I have
mode.
a gate, right?
That's
So
true.
I can
That's true.
teleport.
I'll give you
If
that.
you're a mage, you have a blink. But I guess if you're a hunter,
But,
I don't know, you still have a disengage.
but what about a lowly priest?
Well, sucks for you.
Yeah, right. Well, actually, that solves the problem, which obviously is solving it late. But during TOS, the kill Jaden, a mythic kill Jaden, you could not do it with a priest reliably because there was you remember on Mythic Kill Jaden on Kill Jaden there was the rupture reality thing where it would drop like an orb in the corner or something like that and it blast you back.
I remember a little too well.
Yeah, everyone does. But during for the mythic version of that, there's one of those orbs during the shadow phase. So no ifs and buts about it. You'd have to use something that would stop you from getting knocked off the platform because you could not reliably find it. So as priest, there's no inherent way to like boost yourself forward or to get yourself from getting flinged off the platform. So like Automatic Jack, who's one of the biggest priests in WoW, his guild had switched to Horde so that he could get Goblin jump. So having something like what you have on Void Elf would actually have solved the issue then. Of course, it's late now, but it's sort of nice that it provides a similar thing for priests. If that
Yeah.
becomes a mechanic they do again, which I don't think they will because they got a lot of flack for it.
Yeah, there was a lot of soaking in that fight in fucking Tomb
Yeah,
as well.
yeah. And as you've noticed, they got a lot of flack for Tome, and I don't want to dwell on that too much, but they did.
Yeah.
So let's see. We got Draenor Orcs. A lot of people are saying that we're gonna also see human. Like, have you seen the new human models for like the fat guys, right? So people are saying
Yeah.
human, but also people saying Vulpera, right? Have you
Vulpera.
looked? Yeah,
See, that's interesting. I don't know about that.
get up the Vulpera models. Like, who wants to be a Okay, I say this full knowing that there's a guy in my guild who who wants to be a Vulperian, who
He
wants to be a
wants to be
Vulperian
one of
so
these.
bad, so bad that he said if Vulperian goes on to Alliance, he's gonna switch to Alliance and we're Horde.
That's kind of ridiculous. But
I
the
don't get it.
interesting thing is that I read a blue post saying that the Blizzard marks some NPCs as playable races because it's easier to customize them.
Yeah,
For whatever cosmetic reasons.
yeah, and I mean, so yeah, it's possible that they aren't going to be playable races, but I feel like so many people want it now, and so many people believe that they're going to be that like people would be pissed if they weren't playable.
I
Like,
don't know.
they'd be
I don't think these have a spot in WoW. To be honest, I mean,
really why?
we already have a panda and a worgen. This is just like a small worgen, right?
Yeah, so you also know that they use the Goblin model, right? They use the Goblin skeleton.
Yeah, looks like it.
That's why they look so lanky and weird.
Yeah, they
I,
just look like
I
recolored goblins.
Yeah, and I think what's interesting about that is that's a lot of reasons why people are saying they're going to go Horde because they think it'd be weird. It would be something like how we got the Nightborn on Horde that use the Night Elf skeleton.
I don't know. They just look like a neutral faction that both Horde and Alliance will interact with.
Yeah, but now any of those neutral, like that was the same with Nightborn, but now any of those neutral factions suddenly can become playable because that's the whole like infrastructure that they're trying to build up for us.
I guess, but I don't know, man. It's a stretch. It's a stretch.
Yeah, I don't know.
Honestly, it looks like I don't know. I don't know if they can be. Can they even be a major faction in the like in the game
Why?
that the
I mean, well,
Nightborn was?
they they start they start off Horde. They start off very deep Horde because they're in the Horde starting zone. So yeah, they're going to be deeply connected with us as far as Horde's concerned, and I could see some fan service or some pandering, to like keep them in.
It's interesting. I don't. I can't see them being a playable race.
Really, but you know what I can see being playable?
What's that?
The new dungeons.
The new dungeons?
Am I right? Those are playable.
Yes, they are, aren't they?
They're playable on the alpha. Of course, we don't have alpha access because why would we have alpha access?
We're in the no alpha club. That's what we're in.
But let's talk about the first dungeon here. And this is sort of a troll inspired dungeon, right? And show the people at home the lovely pictures. This is a troll inspired dungeon, and I think it looks awesome. Honestly, I've always been a fan of like all the troll dungeons, you know, new and old, and I'm glad for this. I'm a troll guy. Bosses we're gonna have here, I have Princess Alunazar. She's sort of like the temple guardian kind of gal, and she protects the temple. But like now, she doesn't know what to protect because like now are we bad people who are coming in here when we're trying to save the place because it's been corrupted? Who knows?
Yeah. Yeah.
Then we're gonna have the vocal, which I don't know if you. I
This
keep on
guy
bringing up Wad.
this
I
guy
know.
looks
I
cool.
keep on. I keep on bringing up WoD, but that model comes from WoD, or
Yeah,
at least a
this
basic
is
one
this
of the
was
orc
in the
brutes.
Siege of Orgrimmar, wasn't it?
Yeah, there was something like that in the Siege of Orgrimmar. Was there? You're right. Actually, that's when
Malak,
it.
I think it
That's when.
was.
You're right. That's when that model originated, the Siege of Orgrimmar. Yeah, that's true. But they've used something like this in the past. But I love the sort of like ultra muscular model. And obviously, this guy is like
He
you
looks
see, he
like
has
a
like those spikes in
zombie
him.
troll, doesn't he? Because he got all this.
He's gonna
Looks
be.
like he's
That's what he
parted
is. He's a zombie
together.
troll.
You know, like his
And he
midsection is almost like almost gone compared to the rest
and
of his
this
body.
he's like a Frankenstein kind of guy. And gold's wicked conductive. Those gold spikes, he's gonna get lightning shot into him. If I'm pretty sure.
I think those are almost looks like wood.
So
To me, it
those
does.
are gold.
Gold? I don't know.
Yeah, those are golden spikes because there's gonna be like lightning. Have you Oh, I think it was one of the Batman games when you fight oh shoot, a big muscular guy who you zap lightning into. You know what I'm talking about, Rajara or whatever.
I think I've watched someone play that, but I haven't played it myself.
But that's sort of what I'm getting this, where like he's gonna have lightning. He's gonna have multiple phases where lightning zap into. Now next is fucking awesome. Like next is what I want to be a mount so much.
Well,
We got a
interesting.
raptor.
Is he gonna have different phases? Like he starts out as this crappy T Rex and turns into like the Super Saiyan T Rex.
Mm-hmm. My thought is either that or it's the opposite, where like you start off as the sort of in gold armor T Rex, and then we like knock off bits.
Yeah, that would make sense, huh?
Makes sense to me. And anyway, this guy looks awesome. His name's Rezen. He also sort of has the other, the other troll dungeon, the one from Wrath, where we fight
Uh,
like a giant dinosaur. He's giving me that vibe.
is he?
And then last but not least, to make your skin crawl, we got Yasma, who is sort of like this sort of creature that had like this troll who has like consumed the essence of the spider Loa, and now is spidery bits. Makes my skin crawl. Totally gross. I love it. It's a perfect final boss for this place. And this
Yeah.
place, honestly, to me, this place looks awesome. I
I,
can't wait to get into this place.
I wonder if we'll see more spider bosses like we did in Wrath, like was it Old Kingdom or whatever it was called?
Yeah, like the whole underground kingdom.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a lot of stuff from this that's giving me a Wrath
'Cause,
vibe. But
I
that's just because
remember back in Wrath, there's rumors of that they were gonna make a raid on that. Maybe they'll make a
maybe they'll
mid-tier
make a
raid
spider raid.
for this one.
I don't know.
Something like TOV or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm two ways about it because a lot of this is screaming Wrath to me, but that's only because of it's a troll dungeon, right? And I'm thinking, when else have we gotten troll dungeon?
I don't know. I'm almost sick of trolls, to be honest.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
We've had troll. When was the last time we had troll dungeons? Though it was a
I don't
while
know.
ago.
I
Right?
just really don't like trolls all that much.
Like
I guess.
okay, we
I
had
don't
it. We
know.
we did have a couple troll raids and
It was
dungeons
heavy.
in WoD.
Yeah, there was a
I mean,
lot of
you know,
troll
we
stuff
didn't have
in
any in
Mist
WoD.
too.
We had some in Mob.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like trolls. I'm a troll guy. Well,
Yeah,
if
of
you don't
course
like
you're a
trolls,
troll.
do you like pirates? Tell me you like pirates.
Yeah, actually we haven't had a lot of pirates. All
Well,
I can remember is like Booty Bay, right?
well, you must know about the new pirate dungeon, Freehold. Am I right?
Yeah, this right here, huh?
That's Freehold. Tell them about Freehold. You know about Freehold?
I know a little bit about the beta. It looks to be like a pain in the ass, but they're doing a lot of different stuff in the alpha.
Yeah, it's gonna be weird because part of it, like you're gonna eventually at some point like pick a group that you're gonna go with, and then all the ads from that group become friendly to you. I feel like there must be a hard mode where you don't pick a group for like an achievement. Obviously we have Sky Captain Crag, your main man. This is a guy with the parrot, wicked
Yes.
cool.
You know the interesting. You play Hearthstone.
Do you play Hearthstone? Yes, I don't play Hearthstone. Tell me about it.
So this guy right here was in Hearthstone before he was even in the game.
He was a Hearthstone card.
He was.
See, I actually have this. I have
So
this running joke with some of my buddies who don't play WoW, and the joke is that Hearthstone came first, and that WoW is a Hearthstone clone. And
Yeah.
this is just proving it. This is just proving it to him.
Yeah, so he was in game before, this everything was announced for BFA. So maybe we could, make speculations on some of the legendary card, because this guy was a legendary card that came out in Hearthstone.
Real. Well, let's go.
Yeah.
What's the next boss we got here? We got Council of Captains.
Yep.
Typical
Council
your
Captains.
typical council fight with your favorite creature, the Vulpera.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know you love him. But it's
mean-
just gonna be a council fight, nothing big. I'm getting a lot of vibes from like just any council fight because there's been a ton of them. And we have Ring of Blood, which is like your BC callback for Ring of I said Ring of Blood. It's Ring of Booty.
Ring of Booty.
And it's a BC callback to Ring of Blood. So you're gonna have several different bosses that sort of I think they might cycle, they might not. Either way, this one seems like a really cool one. I love the Ring of Blood and all of its iterations. And then we have the sleaziest guys in here. Your boy Harlan Sweet. Look at that.
Yeah. Look at
Just
him.
mustache twirling.
You can just see the grease coming off his face, can't you?
I love it. They did such a good job in rendering him. I just love it.
Yeah.
Right? Now, let's say you're in this dungeon here, right? You're chilling, you're billing, you're doing good. And you want to get a little bit of a boost. You know what you need for that?
What do you need for that?
Raid buffs.
Raid buffs?
You're probably like, what,
Wait,
raid
we
buffs?
don't have raid buffs in WoW. Crazy.
We got rid of raid buffs a while ago. Like they were gone with the wind.
It's bring
but
the player, not the class, Dab.
No, bring the class. And actually, they have addressed this. But so they've changed up raid buffs, right? It's totally changed up now. First off, they've really diminished them. So there's only going to be 3. There's going to be Arcane Intellect, which is a 10% intellect buff. Power Word Fortitude, which is a 10% stamina buff. And obviously Arcane Intellect's from Mage. Fortitude's from Priest, which means I'm more useful than ever.
Wait,
and
there's
Warrior's
only
gonna
3?
Get... What?
Altogether, there's only 3?
And Warrior's going to get a sort of Strength Agility buff combo called Battle Shout. But here's the thing. Bring the player, not the class. Like they've done with Drums of Fury or Drums for Lust. They've given, I'm assuming this is going to be, like, they're going to give you the ability to craft scrolls to give the buff. They're going to be war scrolls. They're only going to last 30 minutes, and instead of giving you a 10% buff, it's going to be a 7% buff. But it's going to give you the option, if, let's say, for some reason you can't find a priest, a mage, and a warrior for your raid group or your dungeon group, now you have the option to just craft this for you. What do you think about that?
Wait, hold on. So you're telling me that if I don't have a shaman or a mage in my group, somebody will make a scroll that's going to be the same exact as a hero or a bloodlust or whatever.
No, they already have that. It's called drums.
Yeah? So if we don't have the drums, then you can make...
No. What I'm saying is you can make a scroll for your party buffs.
Oh, okay. So then you won't be forced to bring these specific classes.
Yeah, but you're going to get a better one if you bring the class.
Oh. So
and on top of that, there's also going to be now boss debuffs, which it's going to last for a minute, and it's going to either increase the physical damage or the magical damage. Rogues are going to bring physical damage, and Demonhunters are going to bring magical damage. And which is weird because previously they had implied that Warlocks were going to be the ones who were going to get the magic damage buff, which I think makes sense. It's kind of odd to give Demon Hunters a magic damage buff, given that they're a physical damage class.
Yeah.
And I think the reason for this is they don't want Demon Hunters to die.
I think there's a pretty strong following for Demon Hunters right now, and their DPS is pretty good. So.
But then why else would they give them the magic buff?
I don't know. But I think this one right here, the exposed armor, that's going to be the big...
Yeah, that's for
That's going to
rogues.
be a big one.
It's going to be... No, both of them are going to be required. You're going to be required to have a rogue and a demon hunter if you want to do anything serious. Because that's 5% for a minute. Now, even if it's not able to be easily reapplied, which, I don't know, I'd be surprised if you're not able to have this up all the time. But even if you're not, 5% increase to the opening burst, that could be a large percent of the boss's health. That's a serious thing. Like it's
Yep.
honestly more important than the. That's hard to say. I'd say it might be more important than the 10% like intellect buff and stuff.
I mean, yeah, I could see that.
Maybe. Either way, it's very important.
I don't know what happened to. I thought almost every class was gonna get a something.
Yeah, nope,
So
apparently not. It was see, it used to be like that where a lot of well, it wasn't every class, but most classes could buff one of the stats, but they got rid of it, and I guess they want to bring it back with a trim system. I have nothing wrong with that. I think this works.
I don't know. I think they should have made it like they originally had it, because this is just gonna make people like, oh, we only have one spot left. There's this, hunter, but we need a mage, so we're gonna wait, or something like that.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think the fact
Especially in like
they're,
the high
they're giving
mythic pluses and stuff.
that's true, but they're giving you scrolls to like kind of work around it a little bit if you can't manage to scrounge together the people for it. I think they're doing all they can, honestly.
I don't know. I think they could have. They can make every class bring something.
But if they make every class bring something different, then like, what are you going to bring to a Mythic Plus group?
I don't know. I mean, would it really matter if every single class brought a buff?
Yeah, it would because I mean, it used to be that as a monk, I'd bring mastery buff, right? If I like if I had a group that really wanted mastery, they'd invite me because I'm a monk. Like, it's always going to be well, as long as they have raid buffs, it's going to be like this. And I just think this is one of the better iterations of it.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like if they're gonna put buffs in, they need to give almost every class something.
I don't know. Anyway, off that topic, are you ready to start Battle for Azeroth?
Am I ready? Yeah, I think I am.
Can I get a heck yeah?
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah, heck yeah. So let's talk about how we're starting Battle for Azeroth. Let's start with the scenarios here. So I'll talk about the Horde scenario a little bit because, of course, I'm a Horde player at heart. So let's talk about this. So first
And
off, the most important.
this is spoilers for anybody that doesn't want to hear
Yeah, but
anything like
if
that.
you don't want to, if you're watching a podcast about World of Warcraft, you expect World of Warcraft spoilers. Come on. We sold it to you. That's BFA. Like, we're not gonna be like, oh, there's no.
I mean, you still got to make an announcement, right?
Yeah. If you want to be PC about it.
Okay.
So, first off, the most important thing is that we're getting Zandalari trolls off the bat, which is crazy good. Like, that means that me, knowing that I'm ready to change to Zandalari troll, like, boom, bam, bosh.
You're doing
As
that
soon as I can,
as soon as it launches.
As soon as it launches, I'm gonna be able to get them, and that's awesome. And that means also I'm gonna be able to level as a Zandalari troll.
Yeah, that's interesting to me because you had to farm for High Mountain Torn and.
Yeah, but not for Zandalari troll. It's
Yeah,
weird.
I don't know. I don't. Does that mean like? So do you have to have like a level 110 to roll it, or like?
You'd have to, yeah. But also look, it's because it's going to be like the start of this of the thing. So obviously you're gonna have to have level 110. But also look at the thing they put for the Zandalari troll. Is it just me, or is that not a Zandalari troll? Does that just look like a normal troll to you too? This looks like a troll, dude.
They know what that looks like. It looks like one of them trolls. And what's that instance? I can't remember the name of it. It's in over by Gadgets. Yep, Zul'Farrak.
Yeah, that's true. But that doesn't look like a Zandalari to me. And that obviously this could just be an alpha thing.
A placeholder, probably.
Yeah, placeholder. I just think it's funny. And obviously, after we get our Zandalari troll buds in here, we're all gung ho with the Horde. We're gonna storm Stormwind. Believe it or not, we're storming Stormwind.
You guys are not taking Stormwind from us. Just saying.
We're not going to take Stormwind. We're not stupid. We're doing like a little bit of an elite Mission Impossible style thing. We're getting our boy Sourfang back because our boy Sourfang was captured after the sort of the cinematic that we saw, the sort of pre-seed battle for Azeroth, like during the announcement.
Yeah, where she's
our boy
like, for the Horde.
Yeah, our boy Sourfang was captured after that, so we're going into Stormwind. We're sneaking up in. We're jumping in there. We're gonna get our boy Sourfang back. So we start in by flying in on some sick ass eagles,
Sick ass eagles.
probably provided by our new High Mountain Tauren brethren, right?
Yeah, yeah. Makes
Then we sort
sense.
of then we sort of sneak through your sewers, and then we open a hatch to your stockades. Like, how did you leave that open?
Stockades? I mean,
No, I mean you left. First off, you left your sewers open, which is bad. Second off, who's guarding stockades?
well, first
So,
of all,
some
if I
level some level
remember right,
15 people, some level 15 people. Okay, level 60 now with the level changes. Stockades has no high level things in it. So it's gonna be a
yeah,
joke for us to sneak in.
we don't even want stockades in Stormwind. We're actually trying to get rid of it right now. So,
Well, you know what? Clearly, because you just left a gap open in the sewer.
and
So
before you start judging Stormwind here, what about Undercity? They got a huge hole in the side of that place, and any alliance can just stroll on in there.
Well, you know what? We're gonna burn Teldrassil, so get over it. You one of your things is so flammable. Also, on the topic of burning Teldrassil, there's been a lot of speculation that Horde will be the one to initiate, which honestly I can see, but it's gonna build Cervantes up to be a bad character, like to
Yeah.
be an evil character. Which I don't know if they want to do that because there's a
Well,
lot of love for Cervantes.
oh yeah, and what is it? She let the alliance dude die, right? Because she didn't give him backup.
Yeah, she let she let Varian die. So there's a lot to sort of set up Sylvanas to be a bad character. In fact, this what we're talking about right now might be because Sourfang, my main man, top orc boy, Sourfang, when we release him from prison, he's not coming with us. He's going to talk to Anduin. Like,
Yeah.
what's that about? I don't think he's betraying us, but I think he's setting us up to sort of, I don't know. I think he's setting us up to have a fight with Sylvanas at some point in the expansion.
Well, and the Horde's like,
Because
honestly, the
Sylvanas
Horde
is
is like in shambles, man. They go through so many leaders. It's just kind of ridiculous at this point.
also there's been a lot of information that people are saying, and this seems completely true to me, that when Vol'jin had picked Sylvanas, he was unsure. He was looking to Aloha for guidance, and there's a lot of information that it's possible that instead of Aloha that was whispering to him, what tends to whisper to people,
Would it be an old god?
right? Would it be an old god trying to get Sylvanas in leadership for the express
Hmm.
purpose?
Well, then that would imply that Sylvanas is corrupted,
Which,
right?
okay, look at Sylvanas. Can you get a screenshot of Sylvanas up real quick? Oh, on Google. I don't care. Get Sylvanas up. Tell me that doesn't look corrupted to you, right? Couldn't that easily be corrupted?
I mean, what the hell?
I think you looked up the wrong Sylvanas.
How do you spell her name?
No idea. Whatever. My point stands.
There we go.
Sylvanas is
I mean, she's
Sylvanas being,
undead, though.
and then
She doesn't look corrupted. She looks dead.
when she does her banshee scream and she has red eyes.
I mean, but oh, here's a good picture, huh?
Right.
But wouldn't it be like she would be corrupted with Fel? Maybe, I don't know.
I don't know. I I could honestly, it wouldn't be fell. No, it'd be like voids. It'd be purple.
Hmm. It's interesting.
And also her sister, the other one runner chick, got
Yeah.
void corrupted on Argus. So it's not out of
Yeah.
bounds for her family. I just think it makes sense because she was appointed by. She was appointed. It seems like she was appointed by an old god, and now we got Sourfang, who's a huge horde character, who's not going over to the alliance, but is talking with the alliance leader, and he's already shown a ton of disdain for her. I'm thinking to try and set it up for her being not made on a raid boss because they've already done that stick with horde. Her horde players have been hurt enough, but her being taken out of power.
You know,
And honestly, if that happens, I'd totally be down for Sourfang for war chief.
yeah. Yeah, you guys
100%.
need a war chief that's going to be sticking around for a while.
Like an
Cuz I don't think
honor war
Anduin's
chief.
going to die anytime soon.
And
You know.
You know who won't die anytime soon either? Sour Fang. That guy's been alive forever.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of family history with Starfang as well. But
Anyway,
the perfect spot I think she would fit in on WoW is good old Lich King there,
yeah, I could see it. I mean, honestly,
because she's
she.
always trying to like
The only
repopulate
reason why
the
she wouldn't be
undead.
a Lich King is because she hates the Lich King. Because the Lich King is the reason she's alive, and she hates that. She's real emo. She doesn't want to be alive.
Well,
It's a whole thing.
how do you hate being alive but you're trying to repopulate your race? It just doesn't make sense. It's conflict of interest, right?
Yeah, it's complex. Anyway,
Complex.
so after our main man, Sour Fang decides to go with the Horde, we take the other prisoners we have because we I don't know if you remember, but for the longest time in the Stormwind docks, there was there was a troll and they had like the little troll boat, like a little dinghy. Anyway, but they've been in prison now because of racism, and
Yeah,
yeah,
racism.
whatever. So now we're freeing them, and we're sort of with them in tow. We're making our way to escape on the Stormwind dock, and then we come face to face with our main man, oh, not main man, our main lady, Jaina Proudmoore.
Do you?
Yeah, we come face to face with Jaina Proudmoore. Like we're about to throw it down, but we're like dodge it. We do a distraction. We run off. We escape.
You know, Jaina is interesting. I don't know. She hasn't been in the game for what last two expansions.
Wait, she was in this expansion, just not very prominent.
Was she? I don't remember seeing her.
Yeah, and she was in the expansion before that too, just not very prominent. But I get what you're saying. She's not been a prominent. Well, she's always been a lore character people care about, but she hasn't been a prominent lore character in a while.
Yeah.
That's true. Um, but it's gonna be big with her because like you got Jaina Proudmoore. She's gonna be huge during this expansion because we're gonna meet her mother, which is gonna sort of segues us into your the alliance starting scenario. You know anything about the alliance starting scenario, or are you ignorant?
I'm kind of ignorant on this. I haven't
Great.
really seen much of it.
Well, let me explain it to you. So the basics of it is you guys you first off, this is very important. You guys, there's no mention of Dark Iron Dwarves in here. I searched the entire document. I've read over the entire thing. No mention of Dark Iron Dwarves, which is interesting, given
Hmm.
that we're gonna get ours at the start. When are you guys gonna get yours? And is that gonna be a serious issue for Alliance players?
Well, Horde's always favored, so
Yeah. Horde's
kind of
always favored.
expecting that.
Having to kill our war chief.
Yeah, but you guys get a new allied race when the game launches, so you're welcome.
Anyway, so it starts off. You know meet up with Anduin, your main chick Lady Proudmoore, and you're like, okay, let us head. Also, you know what's weird? In this data text, it's not calling her Jaina Proudmoore. It's calling her Lady Jaina Proudmoore. Now, I think that has something to do with Anduin because I feel like Anduin would call her Lady Jaina Proudmoore.
Yeah, yeah.
Notice that? Anyway, but you
Because
meet up with
respects her. He's
yeah,
Yeah, and that's a role model to Anduin.
it was 100%. So they meet up at the docks. Fantastic. Then you guys are straight up making your way to Kaltharos, which is interesting because Horde starting experience, we get Xandalar trolls, doesn't really naturally transition us into going to Zandalar. So from what I can assume is that the Zandalari sort of people who we had liberated from your prison are going to take us there, but you guys head right there. We then meet with Zandalari. Then we then meet Jaina's mother, who's a little bit rude to us and doesn't really and throws us into a prison cell.
Yeah, that's where you guys belong.
And then we have to escape from the prison cell. Bam, bam, bay. You guys escape through the sewers because apparently no sewers are protected in any prison ever.
Nope, not in the world of Warcraft. That is.
And then you guys start your questing experience. for you guys, like, it's less lore, right? Like for us, I feel like this is a big pivotal moment for the Horde because we're going to Stormwind. Well, yours guys just seems to begin the story for you guys, which is weird. Now,
Well,
obviously,
maybe
we,
going to Coltras. Maybe that's a hint at the allied races
maybe.
that we'll
Well,
get.
here's the big thing about this. We don't have them yet, but we've been told that there's going to be both scenarios for destroying Teldrassil and scenarios for what is it like storming Undercity, right? And then vice versa, there's going to be protecting Undercity and protecting Teldrassil. So we've been confirmed for these scenarios, yet they haven't been released.
Mm-hmm.
So I think a lot of that sort of like Battle for Azeroth, like big lore is going to happen for you guys then, but we haven't got those yet.
Yeah, we'll see. We still have a lot of time before the game launches as well.
But you know what we do have?
What do we got?
A ton of boss models, a ton of world boss models. Let's
we?
look at those. Yeah, we do.
Oh yeah,
In
here
fact,
we go. Here's your guy right here.
You just click on the view Wowhead model viewer thing for that. Go back. I just want you to get like the 360 how slimy this guy is. Take a second for it to load. But this guy is so slimy. It's look at that.
Yeah.
And
he
gyrates.
He looks like a goblin almost. Do you have anything to say about that?
Yeah. Sorry, we have somebody in Twitch chat. I already addressed this. You weren't there, but we addressed this during the raid buff thing. It's both rogues and Demonhunters who get the damage increase buff.
Yeah, they do. And
I'm just addressing a Twitch comment here. And I'm sorry I missed it, but it was not very useful. Okay. But anyway, as you can see, right now we're looking at some slimy guy. I love the look of this guy. Look at his animations. It's perfect.
He looks like a goblin, just like That's what he looks like to me.
He's a human.
That is not a human.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
I've seen a person like that walking down the street.
That's running exactly like a goblin. Look at that.
I've seen a person like it actually might use the goblin. Now that you said it might actually use the goblin animations or some of them, but that's just an alpha thing, I think. But I've seen a guy like that at CVS.
Yeah, at CVS, huh?
Yeah. But no, I love it. He's so slimy. I love the mustache. Now, we have somebody who looks a lot like him right below him. Can you show that?
There we go. This guy is awesome right here.
I love this. I'm just in love with. He has so many folds.
Yeah,
fantastic.
Yeah, he does. And he carries his food on his belt. I mean,
that's respectable.
Efficiency, really, right?
100% efficiency.
Yeah, and God knows what are these little pouches are used for?
Probably carrying things.
Probably, but who knows?
And now I wonder about this guy. This guy's name here is Gluttony, which makes me feel like they're gonna have. I don't know. This is possible. This might be one of the bosses in the Ring of Blood, or the Ring of Booty. But I'm hoping that it's not, and that we may be, because this isn't on the official list yet, at least for the Freehold. I'm hoping that we may see this as a new dungeon that's based off the Seven Sins in some regard, or maybe like world bosses, or like just a quest.
I'd like to see him as a standalone boss, so you could always get to fight him.
Yeah. It's a fantastic model. It'd be a waste if it was.
Oh yeah, look at that one. Classic.
Fantastic.
Here's what I'm excited for: the witches.
Do you know where this is gonna come up?
I don't know what zone, but I've seen a lot of screenshots of them.
It's the starting zone for Alliance, one of them. And like this is she's masterminding a ton of plot. And like this, the guy below her is one too. guy below her is like it's
Oh,
like her construct.
yeah, like a golem almost kind of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, he does look pretty cool too.
and I'm hoping that's gonna be a world boss. Right? Couldn't that be a world boss? Couldn't you see it? Could you see it?
Yeah, I could see it. I mean, he's probably
Couldn't
gonna
you
have
see
the
him
height
dropping a
and
piece?
all that good
Could you
stuff.
see him dropping like a piece of loot that we're gonna be farming for the rest of the expansion because it's overpowered? A
Yeah, I
withered gem sort
could
of
like
thing?
a trinket.
Yeah, like he drop. Oh yeah, he just drops the unstable sharp object. It increases all
Yeah.
damage by 15%. Scales. Anyway, but he does look like a world boss to me. And then another thing that I'm thinking is going to be a world boss, we have Talek the Corruptor. I'm thinking it's going to be a world boss in the Horde Dandalari zone because he's not. He definitely is going to be vibes from the dungeon. However, he's not in the dungeon journal.
I don't know. See, this is like an old skin here. I
Yeah,
mean,
they
this
have
is.
you, but it's all goldy.
I don't know. I just don't. I'm not a big fan of trolls, man.
Why you? What's with all this troll hate, man?
I don't know. I just don't like the trolls, honestly.
Well, then we can skip the
I
next one
feel
because
like
we've
they're
already.
overplayed almost in WoW. There's so much troll stuff.
I don't know. I mean, are
And
you a
this
fan
is
of like any of the elves? Because all the elves are just baby trolls.
well, no, they're not.
Yeah, they are. All elves are just derivative of trolls, man. They're like baby trolls.
What about this boss right here? What do you think of this one? If it'll pop up.
This when it pops up, it looks fantastic.
Yeah, I don't
Um,
mind how this one
I
looks.
like that boss because I think this is interesting. This one's gonna have like gold pools behind her that she draws from. She does like gold magic.
Hmm. Yeah,
That's a
I feel like she's
expensive.
gonna be a real tall boss too.
I think she's gonna be. Yeah, I think she's gonna be pretty tall. I don't know if that tall though. I think she's gonna be troll height.
I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be a pretty big, tall, because it's a guardian, right?
Yeah, but she's also like look at her arm. She's just a troll who's been converted into gold. Look at her
Hmm.
hand.
This one, I do kind of like this one.
See, but I know you're gonna like the next one. You
Yeah,
got a
this one
Vulpera.
right here.
I know you love Vulpera. I know that you're gonna instantly raise chance of Vulpera, and even if they're on Horde.
Yep.
But it looks cool, right?
I mean, yeah, they look alright. They look like it looks like something Blizzard can sell for a lot of money. A lot of plushy toys for them.
You really don't like Vulpera, and I have no idea why. They're cuddly, they're cute. Like honestly, I wasn't even completely sold on them, but like I don't know, you're going real hard against them, right? We got someone in chat who's saying they're gonna go Vulperian
Gonna go Vulpera, huh? No matter
for a
what.
rogue. Vulperian rogue. Wouldn't Vulperian rogue work?
I mean, gnomes are clearly better than these
We're not disagreeing with it.
mouse things or whatever they are.
Gnomes are the master race, and we accept that, right?
Yeah,
But
gnomes are master
it's
race.
a. But you know what? You know what? I wish was going to be an allied race, but I know it won't be.
What's
The
that?
next thing on the list, the little blood guy. Look at him.
The
Look at
blood
him.
god.
Blood guy. Oh, he's a god. What?
It says blood god.
Jesus.
Look at
I
that
thought
guy.
he was just like.
He
I
looks
thought
like
he
an
was just like
awesome
a
hunter
dude.
pet.
Yeah. Honestly, I hope that we might not be able
Yeah.
to. We might not be able to in the future. Like in the future, we might be able to get him as a pet, but not when the expansion is current. It's like they used a while ago. They made it so that you can like get a miniature version of a lot of raid bosses for hunters.
Mm-hmm.
But I agree, the great hunter pet. I wonder if this is going to be another world boss, because in like the blood troll area. So if he's a blood god, he must be huge. In my head, he's
One
small.
would assume, but he could be, small as well.
In my head, he's small, right?
He does. Yeah, he does look small.
Size doesn't matter, but like, no, thank you. honestly, I think all the models look wicked cool. And now obviously we're also gonna have next expansion the item squish. Now we got a little bit more information about the item squish than before. Now we know that sort of a vague range for the item squish. So from what we have sort of heard, an item that was 1,000, so that would be like a
Yeah.
legendary, is going to be now 280, which is good. An
See,
item that's 970, which is what is that? Yeah, 970,
970
which
will
is going
be
to
a
be.
250.
I have a few. I have a few 970 pieces, of course. A
Yeah.
940, which is going to be like a normal heroic raider. They're going to be now 920.
There'll be 220.
No, 220. That's what I meant. Anyway, but you can see, so it's a pretty sizable item squish. It seems reasonable to me. It's interesting to me though that like,
Well, what's the? Do you know what the starting eye level would be from like quests and whatever else?
ooh, low, like 200.
So it's gonna be the equivalent of 920.
Yeah, that makes sense, right? Because it's always been like if you have raid gear on, it takes you a while to get into a position where like you're
Also,
actively
I don't know.
replacing pieces.
I kind of like being able to hold on to your gear just for a little bit, but like
You will. I mean, if you look,
normal,
all my
because
gears.
normal and Taurus you only get 930, right? So that would be only 10 eye levels higher. So
Yeah, but I don't know.
I don't
What do you
know.
expect it to be? Like,
I mean, I don't know, man. It'd be 945 for heroic, so it's only 15 eye levels higher.
I don't know.
It feels like stuff out of the first dungeon is gonna be higher than the 225.
Yeah, what's wrong
Which
with that?
I mean, it's all our hard work, man.
But that's always how. Have you never had a new expansion launch before?
I have, but I
It,
never replaced it right away.
I mean, it's going to be replaced within a. It's going to be replaced. Tell me this: when you reach max level, do you want it to be replaced?
Of course, I mean, a couple levels in, you start replacing it, but
Yeah, well, we'll be a couple levels in. I mean, I'm in nine. My level's 960, something like that. So it will be a while. Like, what's your eye level?
my Death Knight's around 960. I think he's 966.
Yeah, so if your Death Knight 966, then it's gonna be what?
Well,
Do the
obviously,
math here.
your I level 1,000 stuff you won't get rid of for a while, but other than
Yeah,
that, I don't know.
I don't get what's so crazy about this. It doesn't seem abnormal
I
to me.
just like my gear, man. All my hard
I can
earned
tell.
gear is going away. And like the first couple quests, what the fuck?
You know what I'm wondering about though, actually? Without, because there's not gonna be legendaries next expansion.
Yeah.
Do you think the people are gonna do world quests as much?
Probably not unless they need the mats or whatever.
It's like I do world quests now on my shaman for legendaries, but stopped doing all my other tunes because
Yeah.
I'm 75 traits.
I still do my oral quests, but I only have 2 tunes. So
I only have I get what you're saying, but I feel like next expansion they're still going to be used for because we're going to need AP Azerite power, right? So we're
yeah.
still going to need it for a while for Azerite power, but at a certain point we're getting to an Azerite power level where we're not getting enough from them.
Yeah, or there's like a soft cap where they have it right now. But
Yeah, I don't know.
it's it'll be interesting to see if they keep the what's it the emissary caches after you get exalted.
I'm pretty sure they will.
So that might give an incentive
You
because
know,
you get
that's actually a
mounts
really
and
good point.
toys and whatever else from them.
Yeah, but I don't know. Is that really enough to like incentivize people to do them like they're doing them now?
That's enough for me, as I want all of them. But I mean, I've almost have them all. But I think I'm missing a couple still. But
So
yeah,
we've talked a while about Battle for Azeroth, and I think there's a ton of great news for that. in the coming weeks' time, we're going to talk about the class changes. We want to make sure we get them right, and obviously they're continuously changing. So we want to make sure until they're in like a stable state. And we also are thinking about possibly bringing in people who are more informed about the class changes.
Yeah.
Let's for a minute. Let's talk about the current game.
All right.
Right?
Yeah. We could talk about the current game.
Like a while ago, you cut at me. You cut at me hard because my Raider IO score.
Yes.
Why?
Well,
Okay, first off, bring Raider IO up right now. I want to see my Raider IO score.
You want to see yours?
Yes, look me up.
All
right.
right.
I don't think it's that bad.
What's the name of your character there?
It's Dab Eevee. DABEEVI. And you're gonna have to make sure you get the Horde one.
Okay. Look at that. What is this, man? Come on.
No, I can't.
Come on.
That's not that bad.
1200 or what? Wait, hold on. Is this even current
That was
season?
last season. What's current season?
Yeah,
that's not that
1200. I mean, you haven't even done 4 of them. Come on, you're slacking here.
Which ones am I missing still?
You're missing Blackrook, Halls, Seat, and Arcway.
Cold, though.
Look at this. You're not even doing 15s every week, man.
That's BS. I'm pretty sure I've done a Halls.
Well, it has to get on the leaderboard is the thing.
Okay.
So, yeah. I mean, where's your 15s at? Are you doing 15s every week?
I'm doing a 15 every week, yeah.
Of like Vault of the Wardens and lower?
This is an update, because I did a 15, what did I do a 15 of this week? Lower Karazhan. Okay, it is updated.
Yeah, it is updated.
I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, but so do you think the Raider?
At mine, then.
Do you think the Raider IO is something that we should be like worried about next expansion? Not next expansion. I think it's something that we should be worried about now. Talking about the now. Do you think that people should you think what you're doing now? Do you think people should look you up when you join a group?
I think it has its place, but it doesn't tell everything. But you know, it's definitely a good tool to use, so you don't get no shitter.
You know what I think would be great to tell everything? Some sort of a system like Yelp, except for Raider IO. Like you like review. That's the whole thing. It'll be in the works.
Okay.
Don't know about it. But so are you okay? You got some good keys. I'm not gonna lie. What's your score there?
My score is 2131.
2131?
Yep.
Jesus.
What? Do you have anything to say about that?
I don't know. A little bit high for me.
A little high. I mean, look at that. I'm doing 15s.
For me, that's like when I'm inviting someone to
a couple 14s on there.
When I'm inviting someone to the group, I look at that Raider IO score. I'm like, oh, that's pretty high. I don't know. They're too much of a tryhard.
You mean you're afraid that they're gonna rage quit or something like that?
I'm only kind of joking. They might rage quit though. Like it does, and that's one thing the Raider IO doesn't account for. It doesn't account for rage quit at all.
Yeah, but I think it has its place, but people also take it to heart too seriously.
Yeah, it's like eye level almost, where like you can be a good player with a low eye level.
Yeah.
You can be a good player with a low Raider IO score because you don't do it.
Yeah, you could be, but
also as a healer,
it doesn't. But if you don't run Mythic Pluses, then you're not going to be familiar with the boss mechanics, right?
But at the same time, it doesn't actually even count like how well you do in there. Like you could be in there and be a carry DPS, and if you get all 15s, you're going to get a good Raider IO score.
But it has to go on the leaderboard though, for it to show up.
But it doesn't. It's not actually based on how well you do. I don't think.
But yeah, if you're a real shitter, you're not going to be able to clear a 15. 17, 16.
You can pay for a carry, man. That's like.
Yeah, but is it going to show up on the leaderboard? Is the question. If you're doing like 500 DPS and it's a tyrannical week or 4 to 5, it's really a lot of dead weight.
What about? Have you looked at the new mounts yet? New store mount?
Have I looked at the new store mounts? Of course I have.
Yeah. The puppo, the dog. You can get
Yeah.
that in game now. Open it up in game. You can do a little viewer.
All right.
Look at that.
I don't know.
It's a cute
It's
pupper.
a waste
How much
of
does
money.
it cost? 20
$25.
bucks? It's not me. I don't buy store mounts. The only thing I bought in the store is I bought one thing, and you can actually bring that pet out if you want. The one thing I bought in the store. There's only been one thing I bought in the store, and it was a gift for you because you bought me something. And you know what? I've never, I'll be honest with you, I've never used the mount you bought me.
You never even used it?
It's not that I don't want to. It's just that I never think to.
What, man? That was your Christmas gift, and you don't even use it.
Do you use mine? Do you have a little damn foo following you around?
Yeah, well, I mean, look at his name. I named him Dab Foo.
Not leveled up.
I don't do pet battles. It's just a waste of WoW time.
You're destroying my legacy. What even is that? Wait,
This guy right
what's
here.
that animal next to him?
That's my pet Billy.
Jesus Christ, man. Anyway, but to talk about the store pets, what's your opinion on store pets?
Yeah, I don't know. They're all right, but there's a lot of varied opinions on them.
I don't like them. I mean, if okay,
from a collector's
they're okay
standpoint,
now.
it feels like
they're
have
okay
to have
now
them.
for two reasons. Because now you can buy them with gold.
You know what?
Which is good.
This guy looks like
And
a
what?
Vulpera.
That's true. Two, the other reason why I'm okay with it is that they don't release them that often now, and when they release them, they're mostly for charity.
Yeah,
or like
I'd
they're
buy,
for specific out of game events.
I'd buy the
And like
ones
I respect
for
that.
charity. That's what I'd
And
buy.
I understand that. For me, that's good because it's like, well, one, you're supporting charity, but two, it's like they're not releasing anything that I could see being released in game. But there was a while there where they'd be releasing store mounts that you would think should be in game, right?
Yeah. Like these tigers here, that looks like something.
No, those I understand. Those were both for charity, but like look at the sky crier or whatever, the skyscraper.
The Sky
That
Reaver?
guy, Sky Reaver, that guy was released during WoD. Does that or does that not look like a WoD mount?
It does. Looks like something out of a raid.
It should have been the glory to the raid achievement, but instead we got a shitty recolor. That's when I had a problem with it. Now it's not really a problem. Right.
You know, well, I'll buy the mounts like during holidays when they're 50% off or whatever, because they're cheap. But yeah. However, when this first came out, I did buy that. So I think this was the first one.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I regret that.
You do? How often do you
It's
mount
horrible looking. Look at that thing.
Jesus, it's like it has the weird invincible atrophied wings.
Yeah, that was back when Oldawar was out, wasn't it? So you get the whole star system thing.
I think it's cool, but like, so this is really interesting. I gotta ask you: have you ever joined the group and just had an asshole in the group?
Yeah, I have.
I think there's certain sort of like there's certain sort of like etiquette to being in a WoW group that like people just don't understand, right?
Yeah.
Do you have any stories about that?
Well, I mean, I'm leveling this hunter here, and I did join a group, and my pet pulled by accident, and I did get kicked for that, and I was like,
instantly?
what the hell? Yeah, well, it wasn't instantly. Maybe a couple minutes after we killed the first boss, they kicked me.
That's funny. Did you have growl on or something like that?
No, it was Norrin, so we jumped down, and I forgot to dismiss my pet, and
so
we pulled everything.
You know, I had a buddy who was kicked from a group because his DPS was too high.
What?
He was okay. Here's the thing. He was maximum DPS. This was a while back, and somebody sent a vote kick out for him, and the vote kick message was his DPS is too low, and then they kicked him from the group. Even though he was top DPS
Wait,
for like a
his
mile.
DPS was high, but he got kicked for saying that his DPS was low.
Yeah, what I figured was that everyone in the group didn't actually look at the DPS meters. They just saw the message and they assumed it was right.
When did this happen?
This was forever ago. This was a while. This was a while ago. This was back like Kata Mob, somewhere like that.
Hmm.
But people are assholes in groups all the time. Like I got kicked from a group for being Jewish.
Did you?
Yeah, no, I'm not going to get into that. Maybe we'll talk about it later. But it's a long story.
I mean, why would you kick
Anyway,
someone for being Jewish?
I mean, look at us. I'm just kidding.
What?
What? So you've been doing dungeons to level?
I've been doing a few and far between, yeah.
Well, so they're hard though, right? They're really hard.
I wouldn't say they're really hard, but you just can't. It's not like they used to be where you can
It's not a
go
face
through and steam throw. You
And they
know,
boosted the XP from dungeons to try to counteract that, but it hasn't worked, in my opinion.
actually, I was doing some today, and I was getting probably 60 to 70% of my level
Well,
from one run.
wouldn't it still take longer than questing or not?
It
I was
depends on the zone. Like, if
because
you're
I
in a
was doing
zone
it
that's
like
real spread out, then it all depends.
I was doing it for lobby dungeons, and it was not worth it. It
Yeah,
was
well, they
not.
just released a hot fix for that.
I know, no, I was doing it after the hotfix because I wanted to test out the hotfix for this show, and I didn't
Mm.
think it was worth it. But you've been doing it, and it feels okay to you.
Yeah, I was doing some before we started this, just to see. And I mean, he's giving me 40,000 experience plus whatever you get from the mobs, so it's a pretty sizable chunk. And
I'd say
even
it.
more so when you have like a couple of quests.
No, I get that. I don't know. I don't know I think power leveling. It's not. I don't want to say it's dead, but it's having some problems. That's
Like
reasonable.
leveling to 100 in like a day kind of thing.
You used to be able to do something like that or something close to that like that, but now it's just like you can't get anywhere close to that speed.
Yeah, I'll agree
Okay.
with that.
Well, I think that's all the topic and all the time we got for this week. Can you say goodbye, Ro?
All right, hopefully you guys enjoyed our input on WoW and BFA.
Is that really? That's really how you're gonna say goodbye, Ro? That's garbage.
What?
I'm gonna have to cut that out in post. Well, goodbye, everyone. Thank you for watching. Forgive Ro for being a little bit autistic, for being a little bit special. See you all next time.